right, David, so we're out here shooting, as we normally do.
Yep.
I need to know, once and for all, does gear matter?
Yeah, gear matters. You can fool yourself and say that it doesn't, but then you'd only be half right, because of course if you have the skills and the knowledge, you can make any camera take an incredible image. It is what it is. You can create content with anything if you truly have that creative soul and the know-how to go behind it. Like, you want to talk about like actually meeting your actual potential, you're gonna need gear that can actually keep up with you. And I learned that lesson the hard way. I switched gear, like camera systems, just thinking like, okay, based off of everything that I know and my experience, I can take that over to another camera system and be absolutely a-okay. Nothing's gonna change, nothing's gonna suffer, it's just gonna be what it is. Just one day I shot Sony, the next day I'm shooting Canon. No big deal, I changed my shirts. But I actually really went through a creative slump. Whereas I was used to kind of reacting with my camera and just pretty much using it as an extension of my eye, I lost that ability switching camera systems. And viewing cameras as a tool, it makes sense. In my case, I'll speak for myself, I was shooting as if I was still shooting with my old setup. And that readjustment process takes time, whether you believe it or not.
So, of course, we made that video about selling the 1DX.
Yeah.
And that was like your main shooter. So what are you shooting on now?
So I am shooting on a Tamron 28-70, which was the first big lens that I bought when I first started shooting Sony all those years ago. So it feels good to be shooting with it again. But I upgraded bodies to the A7R3, which even in 2021 is a pretty awesome camera. I can't even lie. And
so with you switching systems, how does that impact what you're creating and how you feel about what you're creating?
Like, it's just, I'm reacting with my camera instead of an emotional or a physical or whatever reaction that I have, it is going through my device, which is what I love. When I was first starting to shoot street photography, that was happening a lot, and I didn't really realize what it was. So to now rediscover that at a point where I'm further along in my career, I've learned more as a photographer, I'm more comfortable, it feels amazing.
He's not too happy about it. It is what it is. What kind of stuff do you want to shoot now that you have a system that you're comfortable with that you really couldn't before?
I see. So I would love to go to the Pacific Northwest and shoot some crazy mountain biking type stunts. I went to a place called the Wheel Mill when I first had the Sony A7, and I got some great shots, but just because of the low light in there, I had to shoot with a lower shutter speed. So it was like I had an outside cap. Whatever, it was a great day of shooting, but to be able to go with a system that can handle shooting in those types of environments, especially, you know, when it's wet, rainy, like having a weatherproof setup, that would be an absolute dream. It's one of my favorite places in the world, and come on, man, mountain biking is just freaking awesome, even though I don't do it.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, so the irony of having a video all about gear, I had the worst thing happen to me. This key right here, anybody who has a Volkswagen, you know exactly what's wrong with this key. The fact that it flips out, it's supposed to come from here and go up. The pin broke out of it, so the actual key that goes into the ignition or the car is gone. Literally lost in translation. I think I dropped it while we were walking and shooting. So we're just sitting here in my car, and we can't go anywhere because the key's gone. So I gotta call my brother and like get him to bring my spare so we can actually get out of here. Yo, are you at Swagger still?
Yes, Justin is.
Oh, he is? You're not there no more?
No.
All right, that's cool. Let me call Justin real quick.
Okay.
All right, good luck.
You.
I hate to put this on you, but I need a huge favor.
Alright, what are you trying to show me?
All right, you see this?
Yeah.
The key fell out. Yeah, so look, the key fell out, and like, so I can't turn on my car or anything. I can't go anywhere. I would need you to bring my spare key over to Bloomfield.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll send you my location. I know that there's a bunch of spare keys sitting like at the front door, like that side door or whatever. That's what I mean. Just take them all.
Alright, cool. I'll catch you in a second then.
All right, bro. Good luck. I appreciate it. kind of problem solved. I mean, we might be safe. We'll see what happens. So I would say my thing about gear is that I definitely think that it matters. I feel like it matters a little bit more than what other people say it does. And just to elaborate on that, I just want to talk about the Canon C70 for a bit. So before I was shooting on the Canon C70, I was using that camera what David's shooting me on right now, which is the Canon EOS R. Don't get me wrong, I love that camera. It's great. I still use it. It's actually still part of my personal and professional kit. But having a camera that has the image quality that is a significant boost over that camera has made me change the way I want to shoot. So with the Canon EOS R, I shot a lot of 60 frames per second, a lot of B-roll as they call it on YouTube. And when I got this camera, there's something about the image, especially when you're grading C-Log 2, that just inherently looks cinematic. And I know that word gets thrown around so much. What I mean by that is it's making me want to shoot more 24 frames per second, the actual frame rate that they use in movies, which is inherently cinematic because you're watching it in a movie, like a cinema. Recently, I got the Sigma Art 1835. It's a sharper image and it makes more sense to put this on this camera. And now I'm not as worried to go out and shoot somewhere where there's not a lot of light because I got a lens that stops down to 1.8. Just on the train of thought of shooting in a more cinematic style, like I want to get more into shooting documentary. That's something that David and I have as a goal for our company. And this camera supports mini XLR, 2 inputs, which is perfect for having a shotgun on camera and a lav mic so you can lav your talent, which is great for documentary. Even the exposure tools on here, like I'm now able to go into situations like shooting at high noon and make sure I'm not gonna blow stuff out because this has built-in waveforms where I'm able to see that my highlights are not clipping. Same with false color, I'm able to judge where the shadows and highlights and midtones are way more accurately than if I was just using a mirrorless hybrid camera. So I say all of that to say that I don't think that gear doesn't matter. I think what is a more accurate way to say what people are trying to say when they say gear doesn't matter is gear is not a replacement for skill. Oh yeah. Pulling up with the key. Yeah. What's up, bro? You're saving the kid's life, man.
Oh, those are, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Let's see which one works.
Oh, it was the first one.
Wow. Yes. You unlock it real quick.
The boys unlocked.
Lifesaver.
Miracle arrangement.
Back in business, baby. Let's go.